Good evening. My name is Pat Stouty, and I would like to do just a quick training on um, being aware of the achieved requirements for the International Leadership Advancement Trip. We are finishing the month 2 of a 6-month qualification, and we're excited to share how you can find your own numbers and track your own progress as well as every coach on your team. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go to your OptaviaConnect.com, log in. We want you on this beautiful ship with all of us. And so from your OptaviaConnect.com, you want to click on Engage on your black ribbon. It's at the top. And then the Engage dashboard will come down. Under Engage, you see the International Leadership Advancement Trip. It's 3 lines here. When you're live and put your cursor on it, it will activate its live link. So from there, it will click on to this criteria sheet that will show you facts and figures for yourself as well as everyone on your team. So this is the top half of the page. You will see the green ribbon here. It has the months of the qualification period, July through December. And when you're live on your website, scroll up and you'll see your figures in the middle of this page. Now, the next screen is actually the bottom. So if you scroll down on the lower left side, you see the button that says My Team Report. And below that, you see Path to Executive Director. Well, there's a little caret here. And if you put your cursor on that caret, you will have a drop-down box. So this is where between you and the coaches on your team, everyone will, depending on where they are in the path, will show up on a report. So here, Path to Executive Director is anyone that was a health coach to a director in the month of June. If you choose that group, click on View, it will bring that group up. Or you choose any other group, and whichever group you're in, choose that group and your numbers will come up. So we'll say we're doing this Path to Executive Director, click on View, and a report will come up. Now what I did is just a screenshot. And I scroll from left to, from right to left just to protect the names of the coaches. Every coach has a line. I just did a screenshot of 2 coaches, and what it does is it shows their acquired frontline volume to date and acquired group volume to date. Okay, so this being the end of second month, this is frontline volume for 2 months, group volume for 2 months. Now, again, this is the Path to Executive Director, and you can see the current rank. One of these coaches achieved the goal rank of Executive Director. The other one is still an Associate Director, still has hours left in the August month, and then has 4 more months to qualify as an Executive Director for 2 consecutive months. That's one of the qualifications, okay? Now, if I would take this report and slide back to the left to where I could see the names, to the left of the names, you will find the ID number of each coach. See, and this is how the report looks, as all these different lines. They are green, which means they are linked. So if you would click on a green ID number, that will bring up a profile, the card for your health coach. Click on this green full profile, and it'll bring up even more information on your coach. Now, the top of this, you're getting parts of these sheets that, protecting names and that kind of stuff. But this ribbon, there's activity, volumes, orders, auto orders, and line of sponsorship. If you click on volumes, that's where you will see the history for this coach. Now, in June, when the incentive base for the incentive was our rank in June, this particular coach was an Executive Director. In July, they did not make Executive Director. They were a director, and that's fine. They're still in the running. And in August, they made Executive Director. So for this coach, they have to be Executive Director 2 consecutive months. If this coach becomes Executive Director in the month of September, that qualification will have been met. Now, in addition to that, there is frontline and group volume. And if then you could add these up, or you go back to the line that this particular coach was on. And if you look at this, the frontline volume for July and August was over 5,000 both months. You add it up, it's 10,400 is the frontline volume for 2 months, the acquired frontline volume. The group volume, you look at the 2 months, the 59.98 and the 84.87 is 14,000. Over 14,000, almost 15,000 for this coach. So you can see that after 2 months, they are very well on track for the frontline volume requirement and the group volume requirement. So I hope this helps. I'm going to show you a couple more. Here it's showing just, some different coaches. They're in that executive. The goal is to make executive director at least 2 consecutive months. So you can see this second coach is a manager working toward executive. The third one is a senior coach. Now these could be brand new coaches. And then you see the fifth one is reach the rank of executive director. So that'll be the first of 2 months. How do I know that? Here's the report on this coach that's on the left report, the last line. So this particular coach was a manager in June. You see their business, and this is from the profile card. In July, they promoted to associate director, and in August, they promoted to executive director here. So you can see here that this coach in the month of July, the frontline volume, almost 3,000, and in the month of August, almost 4,000. So the total frontline is 6,622 and some change. The group volume in July was 9,700 plus, and in August was 11,000 plus. So they have right at a little over 20,000 in group volume for the first 2 months. So they are definitely on track. Now, if you're in level 1, the ED track, and that's the coaches that you just saw, the front line that you have to achieve in the entire 6 months is $20,000. So you add that up. The group volume is 40,000. So let me go back to that one. So 20 and 40. This particular coach has a total of 6,000 in frontline volume. They need 20 in the 6-month period, and they have 20,000 in group volume and need 40 in the entire period. So group volume in 2 months, they got half. So they're definitely on track for group volume. As far as frontline volume, they may need to step up the frontline volume. And the beauty is with 20,000 in 6 months, the average is 333 for a month. And so you can see where they just are maybe right on, basically, a little below on the front line, but you want to keep revving that up, and you have 4 months to do it. So for track 2, the frontline volume is $30,000 total, which is basically $5,000 a month, and the group volume is 80,000, which basically is a little over 13,000 a month in group volume. And level 3, and that's the ones that are growing EDs. I missed that on this slide. The frontline volume is 40,000, which is a average of 6,666 a month. And the group volume is 120,000, which basically is an average of 20,000 per month. So I want to encourage, especially coaches in level 1 and level 2 groups, you have 4 full months left to do this. What we need is to make a decision, lock elbows with your mentors, and let's go to work. This is so achievable. The coaches in level 3 growing EDs, they, depending on what you did in July business, if you're still in the running, you have to stay within a certain level between integrated executive director and national, I believe. You cannot fall below integrated executive director. So if you're still in the running, lock elbows with your mentors, and let's have as many on the boat as we possibly can next March. Hope this training has helped. Thank you.